How are you guys doing? This is Marlene Motivates, your life coach, and we have
CEO of Boss Life Online, where we give you success tools and motivation to help make your dreams come true.
yes. Thank you guys so much for supporting, and welcome to the Red Zone series where we talk about those red flags, red zone. Oh, and today Gio has her red flower, but today I'm going to say red zone, and we're going to cut the boys out of our
Yeah,
lives. Okay. So let's get into this topic. Today's topic is boys bring burdens. A man will lighten it. Woo-wee. Isn't that a good title? Good topic?
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Mhm. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Actually, Aubrey podcast was here. I don't know if she's still in here, and we got Gio's vlogs and my channel. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Um, the first point is boys make excuses, but a man takes action. Mm. I think that's a really big deal because don't boys everything for what they can't do. Oh, I got this going on. I got this going on. Everybody has something going on. But I think
Yeah.
that's the difference. A man is going to take the action, but a boy is just going to make excuses about why he can't do whatever it is. And it's
Yeah.
exhausting.
Right. Or he don't feel like it. Why can't you
He
do it?
don't
Why
feel
I gotta always do this and always do that? Where a man is just gonna say, I got this,
hmm
and go on
That's
and
what
do
a man.
whatever it is he got to do. But a boy with a boy brain, they think like that. They need their mama titty. That's what they need. And ain't nobody want to be no boy's mama in no relationship. Now ask me how I know. Before I went to therapy, I used to date boys. I just
Mm,
don't do that anymore because I think too highly of myself, and when I
mhm.
went to therapy, I learned how to love Geo. And I didn't need that validation from a boy I thought I needed. But see, you got to get real with yourself. You want to try to change some stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. See, but the thing is, Gio, most women, when they choose a boy, it's because of a projection of the way that she feels about herself, because she hasn't done any self healing, because she hasn't done any of the inner work. She is drawing or attracted to the
Boys.
same type of person that she is. She's a lot of women are little girls too. So
That's
little
right.
girls gonna attract a little boy.
And when I went to therapy, I was still 17 in my head. I
Mhm.
was like, what is she talking about? When I was 32, I'm 32 years old. I ain't no 17.
But
But
your
I was.
the healing doesn't
Yeah,
stop.
the trauma in my life started at 17. So that's where everything just stopped because I had not healed from that. But when I start healing from that, those types of men or boys, boy brainers, they didn't attract, I wasn't attracted to that anymore. In fact, I could red flag whenever they start talking, red flag. I said, look, I don't need a
I cut him
boy.
out. Mhm.
But see, you have to look at self too, because it's just not all about the men, you know. And
Exactly.
right, because Marlene and I are not here to bash no men. We're here to give
No.
you information of how we made it through.
Yes. Because I think just about every woman has been through having a little boy.
Thank you.
Well, I had a little boy, and but you have to get to the point where Gio, what's like that song? I'm tired. You get tired of being tired of always having to do everything, tired of training them, tired of waiting on them, tired of when they gonna do right, when they gonna love me. You get tired.
I
At least
heard
I
so
did. Yeah,
many.
I'm speaking for myself. I was tired.
Right. I heard so many women talk about, I'm not getting another one because I don't feel like training them. I didn't train this one. He finally started 60 years old. They finally started acting like a man. Hell no, ain't nobody going 60.
That's red zone 60. Uh-uh.
Back in the day,
That's red zone.
I used to hear that. I didn't train them and I don't feel I'm like train. How you train a man? That you know how you train them back in the day, you sit there and take their mess until they get ready to grow up.
Yeah, you put your life on hold for them, and that's
Yeah.
red zone.
Yes,
I ain't putting
red
my life
zone.
on hold for no little boy.
And the most of the
I'm
time,
not.
those suckers, the boy brainers, they want to change when they get sick because they don't want you to leave their butt.
No, because they want to what is it called? They want a nurse.
Yeah, now you're a nurse. I'm not gonna be no nurse, baby. And matter of
What is
fact,
the
I
saying?
ain't never after I went to therapy and learned what my part was. See, it's a part you play. When I fix my part in it, I heal my life. And I want it to be better and I know I deserve better. Child, please. I don't want that in my life because I be done knock them upside the head or get out my house. But this is the thing, Marlene. They can't even get in the house because I know I have learned and I have healed myself. So if you ain't did no
Yeah,
healing and you wonder why you keep picking boys, look at yourself and find, and then go back and look
yeah,
and at your childhood and see what's going on.
yeah. And that's the thing, Gio. That's why we do these topics for the awareness, for the personal growth, and on both sides. It's not just about women, it's about men too. Making better choices on who you're choosing. Was It's like you can't get mad because you keep picking a Pookie and a Ray Ray. It's like that you knew who they were. You knew that was a little boy. You
Yeah,
knew who it was. You know what they did, and a lot of times people will want to, oh, I can change them. I can make them better, and that's red zone in ourselves. We got to stop picking up projects and build a bear. I call them build a bears. I am
right.
not building my relationship. You got to come with it.
I know. But like I say,
Got to
some
come with
people
it.
are just comfortable training men. They call it training,
Yeah.
but actually they training you to be what they
Mhm.
want you to be, which is a yes, 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 yes. And then you marry them and stay married to their butt for 49 years, and then they get sick at 50, and now you the nurse. I'm not doing it. I,
All of a sudden,
this made me have a
they
hot
grown
flash.
up.
Shit, I had a hot flash after I said, no, ma'am. Shit.
You done got burnt up.
Yeah, that
Hey,
burned
Realist,
me
how are
up.
you doing? Hey, Realist. Hey, Miss Lynn. Everybody in the chat, how are you guys doing? So let's go to the next one. Boys bring burdens, but a man will lighten it. Number two, boys will ghost you, but a man will show up even when it's hard.
That's true.
Woo wee. When I tell you, it's so exhausting to be in a relationship, and this is not just for a romantic relationship. This could also be your siblings. This could be cousin, uncle, a friend with no romantic interest at all.
Right.
But it's any man who is acting like a little boy. We got to stop coddling them and allowing things. And like I said earlier, you know who they are. So don't think that they're going to. Oh, I used to say that, Jill. My love will make them get better. I thought about being so good to them, being so kind. Well, he ain't never have my love. Okay, because when he gets some of this love, that's a young, stupid, cocky, you know, he ain't never been introduced to my love. So, you know, that's what I used to think. Stupid.
That's because we was not.
Stupid. Just go on and say it, girl. You was stupid. It's okay. I'm healed. Just
I
say
used to think that, oh, they just not had a woman like me. That's how sick we was. Dysfunctional thinking.
sick in the head.
And when the boy come my way and they be trying to play them games like that, I just play it along, right along with them. And then at the end, I bust them. Look, I don't need no boy. Okay, who you think you talking to, Willie Foo Foo? I done been to therapy for. Look at me. I go into my sermon. Been to therapy for 5 years, crying behind a boy brain, and I'm not letting
It's
you.
like I tell him. I said I am not interested in no build a bears. I am not
Nah,
making you be what I need you. I ain't adding this and adding that. If you don't come correct, you ain't ready, and you not ready. I'm not
thank you.
waiting.
I
I'm
mean,
not.
when you go and you get yourself together and you done cried 50 rivers, okay, and you done
Yes.
went through every little bit of hurt in your life just because you choose to be a better person, I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies and men, you're not gonna let people come in your life that's going to destroy that.
Play game. Mm-mm.
You will
You're not.
protect your peace. You will be passionate like I am about my life because I fought for it. Okay? I'm the one sitting in that chair for 5 years. Now, do you think I'm going to let somebody with a boy brain come up in my house or my life and send me back to that chair? No, ma'am. I'd rather be by
No,
myself and be happy.
it's not gonna work. So, Jill, let's get back into talking about this. Boys will ghost you, but a man will show up even when it's hard. And what
Right.
is that about? You in a relationship with somebody, maybe I don't know, whatever the relationship is. You done been to dinners, you done hang out, you had some fun, talk on the phone, and then it goes
Silent.
flatline. Nothing.
Because,
Silent.
well,
You don't hear from them in months.
and then
And
I
then they
don't
want to call you, talk about what's up.
click. That's what's up.
What's up?
But well,
I was like,
before,
who is this?
if a man ghosts me and I ain't heard from them in 2 or 3 days, and they've been calling me every day, and we've been talking and stuff, and then all of a sudden I don't hear from your butt. Guess what? I'm blocking you. Okay, I don't do that ghost mess. Okay, either you gonna text me and tell me something, you know what I'm saying? Or you gonna be a man and show up when it's hard and say, look, this is not working for me. You are a good person. This, the famous line, it ain't you, it's me, whatever you
It
gonna
ain't.
say, but say something. Just don't leave a person out there that you've been, taking out to dinner, this, that. Maybe you met somebody else that you're more interested in or whatever. You don't have to tell them that, but just say it's just not working for me. I thought this would work. Give a person some closure. Just don't ghost
Yeah.
them. Boys, now that's what a real man would do. But boys, they
Yeah.
gonna ghost you because they don't want to take accountability.
Mm-mm.
And
No,
especially if
no.
they didn't
What it
got
is?
your stuff and they don't want, they just gonna ghost you. That's why I said,
No,
baby,
no,
it takes
no,
a long time.
Jill. But I'm gonna tell you what happens. This is what happens, Jill. They don't went out there and thought the grass was green on the other side, and when they find out that on the other side that grass is dead,
Then they want to
that
call you
that
back in
woman, she
six
ain't
months.
got but two brain cells. and then they're gonna try to come back with their
Yeah,
sorry selves.
yeah. I wouldn't take baby. They can't. They won't be able to get in touch with me because I don't give you but 3 days. I block
Ooh,
you.
you good.
I will
3 days.
block
You give
you.
them three. I give you one day. Next day, block. Oh, let's read what Reala says. Reala says chances are they were caught between choosing you and the other woman. Boom.
Well, whatever. They should at least say I chose somebody else. Realist. They can at least
Be a
give us.
man.
Yeah, be a man about it. I mean,
Hmm.
I this is I've had a guy do that to me once before. We was having such a good time. We went to my family reunion, all of this good stuff like that. I really liked him. He really
Hmm.
liked me. I had Sissy then, and they were getting along. He would bring her teddy bears, and we was dating for
Oh,
maybe about two months, and then all of a sudden, I didn't hear from him. And I was so
flatline.
upset, and I would go to work on the bus. I had to get on the bus. I would have tears. I would be trying to hide them from the people, with
Mm.
days a knock at my door about maybe 2 or 3 weeks after all of that. And it was him.
2 or 3
And
weeks.
yeah, and
Hold
then
on,
he
hold on, hold
came.
on. You got to red zone that. 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then he
Mm-mm.
came, he came,
Nope.
knocked on my
Cut them
door,
out.
and he said, I am so sorry. He said, but I could not sleep, and I could not, get myself together because you are such a great girl. And I really, I went and I met your family. Your whole family is great. He said, but it doesn't work for me because my ex and I, whom he had a baby for, had got back together you know. And I just said,
Mm.
well, why you just didn't say that instead of just, he said, because I didn't know how to tell you because I just felt so guilty. He said, but I'm here now and I just forgive me. And I just said, okay. And I just slammed the door in his face. But let me tell you
Not,
something.
I forgive you. Bam.
I slammed the door, but after I slammed the door, it was like, forget him. That ain't what, I said, but I said,
I
forgive
know what you
him.
said.
I say, forget him. But I felt like I knew what happened, and I wasn't even really that mad at him no more because to me, he came over and had the guts to tell
To
me why.
say it.
hmm
Hmm.
And every time I
Yeah.
see him out, like if I see him out at a club or something like that, he always speak to me. I say, "Hey, what's up?" The first time I saw him out, he said, "Oh, you not mad at me?" I said, "No. Why would I be mad at you?
Mm.
That happened over 20 years ago." He said, "Well, you're a real
Yeah.
different girl." I said, "Probably if I ain't had no recovery, I probably would want to kick your butt." But you
You're gonna beat
know,
him down.
but I have never been
Mm.
mad at him because he came over like a man. He was scared. He didn't know what
Yeah.
was going to happen, and he apologized.
See. So that's what I'm talking about. Give the person the closure.
Right,
It's not gonna work out. Sometimes it just don't work out. Sometimes you get in a relationship, you start to get to know somebody, and you're like, man,
right.
I don't like. You find you too much things I don't like about them. It's cool, but at least end it. They don't even call you no more.
Now they just ghost you.
Like
That's
it
what
never even
boys do.
happened.
Boys ghost
That's
you. They got boy brains.
yeah.
They never grew up. They still on their mama titties. So, what do you expect?
I don't know. Okay, number three. Boys Boys wait for you to take care of the problem. A man finds the solution.
Thank you.
Mm. And
What?
I feel like that is so sad for someone to always asking, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? If you're in a relationship, shouldn't it be what are we going to do?
Or either I got this. so that you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about it.
or I got this. Yeah.
Now they
Hey,
ask this
Tasha.
person, what are you going to do about it? Or what are we gonna do about it? So they don't have to make no
Right.
no decisions because they poor decision makers. That's what a boy would do.
Mm,
He would put it all off on
that's
you.
what
Why you want me to do something? Why I always
yeah,
have to
and
fix it? You know, that's a boy brain. A man is gonna say, baby, don't
and
worry about it. I got it. This is
I
what
got
we're
it.
going to do.
Yeah. Solution. A
Yeah.
solution. And it's and that gets to be so frustrating. Speaking for all women all over the world, it gets to be so frustrating when you're supposed to be in the relationship, and they'll always talk about I'm the man, but when it comes time for when you need that man to show up and support you or take care of something that's going on, they just leave you in the lurch. They leave you. It's like, what's going on? I thought we was, oh, well, I didn't know what you were gonna do. It's like, why everything got to be what I'm gonna do?
Because they don't
They're
want to
not
take
willing to put in any work
responsibility.
when they're a boy.
No, they so if it falls
Mm,
through, they can say, well, it's you. You the one decided it.
yeah, you
You the
did it.
one. No, I don't want that.
Nah, no, I don't like that either. I don't like that. We only
Really
got two more.
says,
Okay.
wait a minute before you move on. Really says some people feel they don't have to give closure.
Hmm.
That's dysfunctional to me.
I don't know. For me, that has a lot to do with how long were you together.
Yeah.
Like if you were, say you went on one or two dates,
Now I had been
whatever.
out with him for like almost going on 4 or 5 months.
No, yours, but I'm saying it's a difference. If you just met somebody, you went to dinner one time, there ain't no need for closure. But
No, no.
somebody that you have been together for months, I feel like it's a necessary thing. But I can understand what realists is saying. Some people feel like, oh, I guess because for them it wasn't anything, so they don't feel like they need to say anything. I don't know. Everybody is
Okay.
different. Hey,
Read what he
Sirius, how
said.
are you doing? Huh?
Read what really said. Hey,
Hold on a
first
second.
lady.
Hey, Lara. Rilla says, what if a woman is so hurt from the past that no matter what he does, she throws it in his face, no matter how good his intentions are to make things right? See, but that, in my opinion, that shows that that's not a woman. That sounds like a little girl,
Thank you. You need to
because
move on
just
because
like on the other side,
you can't fix her
mhm,
past for her. She has to do it.
yeah, she has to want to be happy, and that's what it sounds like to me, Gio. She's looking for him to make her happy. And you have to be happy within yourself first.
See, that's what a lot of people don't get. You know, I didn't get it either because I just broke. God just broke me down. Okay, say you go. I'm
Yeah.
finna break your butt so you can explain to people what they need to do.
No, mine was God said, you hard headed.
Yeah, let me just break you down. And so, and that's how I made it to therapy, y'all, because my job told me I couldn't come back. And darn until I got myself straight and I like coins. So I went on, and that was the best decision I could have done because I would have never known the reason I keep picking boys because my brain was at 17. I was a girl brain.
Mm,
And so
yeah.
what else I'm gonna pick? Boys. Until I
Boys,
learned
because if you're a little girl, you're gonna choose a
you
little
don't,
boy.
yeah, you don't
That's
choose
it.
both. True.
Yeah, but if you think you choose, but also the opposite side too, Gio, you think you chose a little boy, but then you find out you got yourself a real man, and he ain't gonna
Right.
want you.
No.
Hmm.
If you
There's
are a
that too.
girl and you got a real man, trust me, they gonna leave your butt. Because they gonna say, hell
Yes.
no. I can't, you know.
They're gonna say to the no, no, no.
That's right. So that's how come it don't work
Okay.
out.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. Number four, Geo. Boys are ungrateful. A man will show his gratitude.
yeah,
Now, I think that there is nothing else worse in the world than being in a relationship with something and you bending over backwards and you doing all the nice things. And if you have children, you take care of the kids. You're trying to do everything. You're being supportive and all this stuff. And all it is he's always trying to find something. And you didn't do this. And when are you going to do that? There's no appreciation for what you do. It's always you didn't do this. They always find something to complain about.
right.
Ungrateful. That's the little boy, and that little boy, he gonna
That's
go.
in the red
Yeah, I gotta
zone.
cut him. You gotta cut him out. Goodbye, red zone.
Right, red zone.
Mm-mm.
And nobody, I mean, if you can't grateful for nothing that a woman or your partner or your friends do for you, and you always complain, well, you didn't do this, and if you did, you didn't do it the way I wanted you to do it.
Right.
And I know people in
No.
relationships like that. And I'm like, how y'all stay there? Well, I got kids and uh the money ain't a no amount of money worth my peace.
Mm-mm. Because they're
No.
dysfunctional. They're
Yeah.
dysfunctional, Jill. That's why when you're dysfunctional, you're gonna find yourself somebody else who's dysfunctional, and that's why they stay together. But when you're healed and happy and at peace, and you know yourself, and you have standards and boundaries, you're not gonna take mess.
No.
You're not gonna keep settling for somebody that every time you do something nice, they always nitpicking and complaining, and you can never make them happy. They never say thank you.
That-
No.
that's why when you first meet a person, and they be talking about, let's go out, let's do this. Child, talk to their butt on the phone for about 2 or 3 months. Get that, see how they are emotional. That's what I do. I'm gonna finna talk to you. We can do FaceTime. We can do what, but I'm gonna talk to you. If you can't even hold a conversation or say a sentence, then I know you're a boy. Goodbye. You have to really talk to a person and develop that see where they are emotional. Because if they are boy, you gonna know. And if they are a
Yeah,
real man, you gonna know that too. Then you can make a better decision for yourself. But just don't go out with nobody. Just you met them at the club and you out at the next club with them. Find out who they are and how they think and what are their dreams and what do they want. Do they want kids? You got to find out all of this information before you settle down or, oh, I'm in love in the next day.
ooh, we gonna have to do a red zone on that love word. We're gonna have to do a red zone on that love word. But this is a thing, Gio. A man that will show his gratitude. I feel like that's one of the not overkill because I'm not talking about being in a relationship with somebody and they just love bombing you.
Right,
Because that's the whole thing. Talk about they love you all the time because you put up with their mess. That's what they love.
right, yeah,
But I'm talking about a man when you do things like that you don't have to do because you don't have to be cooking and cleaning and doing all of this stuff. But everything that you do, they show the
gratitude.
gratitude, not because you have to, but because you chose to do it. And
Right,
also, it's a big thing is when someone does something and they don't have an attitude. They're not. I wash your clothes. Didn't I cook your dinner? You're not
right,
giving them
right.
that.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
showing up with compassion and concern and loving. You doing it because you care about them, and they're still like, well, I didn't tell you to do anything.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
you my woman,
Uh,
you supposed to do it.
yeah, you're my
I'm
woman.
not supposed to do
You're my
nothing.
woman. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Hmm. No,
So
they got to go. That's red zone. They got to go. Go, 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 go. Yes, ma'am. You got to go, 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 go. Okay, we're on the fifth point. Then I'm going to let you add to it, Gio. Boys run away when it gets heavy. Okay? A man will help you lift your heavy load.
Yeah.
Now, now listen, Gio. I don't know what this is about. When the tough gets going, they're right there. Oh, when oh, it's a romance and flowers, and when they done got the cookie. When oh yes, they love it. But when it gets hard, when there's kids involved, now when it start to be problems, maybe some financial difficulties, you got some issues in the relationship. A boy will be like, I ain't taking care of no kid. I don't even know. Is that even my kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. But a man, he ain't going on. He's like, well, and that's my child, and I'm gonna take care of my child, or whatever. Heavy things in life, like grief, losing somebody you love, downsizing from a job, getting older, getting sick. A little boy, as soon as you get sick,
They gone.
zoom, zoom, zoom,
They may
like
stay for
Usain
a
Bolt.
couple. Right. They may stay for a couple of days, but they gonna start crying. Oh, I can't handle this. This is not what I signed up for. But then,
Oh, I can't handle when people are sick. I can't handle it. That's too hard for me.
yeah, really, read what really said.
Okay. Hey Tasha, how are you? Rilla says I wasn't always mature enough to say it, but today I would never leave somebody I care about to deal on their own. Well, well, Realist, it shows that your growth, because you say you weren't
Right,
always mature enough to say it, but you're there now. We all go through
right,
those things where we don't
right,
have it from the beginning, but we learn it as we grow.
right.
Yeah, as we mature. But Chia, what is that about? Why when it gets tough, why the first thing that these little boys do? Shoo! Why?
You have
Just
to
take
ask
off
really.
running.
They because they not mature.
Yeah, I want to know.
They some of them is like 15 in the head. You know,
Not
13 and 12.
15.
So what do you expect?
Mm,
Look, I was 17. Here I am, 32 years old, and wonder why I keep
yeah,
picking me in the way I
that's
was
true.
picking them. Because I was 17. I'm gonna pick somebody that
Yeah,
reminds me of a teenager.
yeah. You're right. It's about I feel like it's about the emotional maturity. If a man hasn't come to this space where he's emotionally secure, he's able to open up and to say how he's feeling. And the thing that I had to learn too as a woman, that a person doesn't always have to agree with me. That used to make me so mad before when I was younger. I thought somebody who cared about you is meant that they would always agree. And
Wow.
I used to be in arguments all the time because I thought, well, you say you love me, so you should. No, you got to let people have a varying opinions. Some things you agree to disagree, and that's just what it is. But the thing about it is, you may have a different opinion. You may not like what they do or say, but you're not going to act in a harsh way. You're not going to, call them names. You're not going to ghost them. You're going to say, well, this is heavy right now, but I'm right here. That's when they're going to show you support and attention
Wow.
and ask you, what do you need? Not, oh, I don't like this. I don't like to talk about feelings. I don't handle grief well. It don't matter what. You got to think about who the person that you're with. And I think that there has to be more conversations about this because so many so many men I don't think were raised to be able to handle
Oh,
their emotions because I don't know, when I was growing up it was always like, boys don't, a man
right,
don't cry. You keep that inside, and that's not good because it makes a generation of men that are emotionless, and that's not good
right,
either.
right. Or I can't stand
Yeah,
to see you cry. That's how come I can't come around.
yeah.
That's
It's
so
a yeah.
sad.
If you're gonna cry, then I gotta go. That's not supportive. That's not
No,
supportive.
that's
And
not
I always say, if
supportive.
you're in a good relationship, Gio, you should be able to. There's nowhere else that you should be able to go to cry. Where else you want me to go and cry? You want me to go run into somebody else's arms and cry? It's like, come
I
on.
guess if you
I
can't
guess.
cry and
But
be comfortable with your man or your husband, what?
mhm. Where else are you supposed to go to?
I don't know.
Okay, let's read this comment by Realist. Realist says, at a point, I can say I was just selfish, ignorant, point blank. It's a. I appreciate your honesty, Realist. I think just about everybody was. No, for me, I sure was ignorant. I was like, hey, you got to agree with what I say. And if you don't agree with what I say, then you can go.
Yeah.
That's how I used to be all the time. I didn't care because I was a little girl. I wasn't mature yet. I wasn't healed. But
But
you live and you learn.
everybody has to walk their own journey, and it's two paths.
Mhm,
One, the wrong path, you can stay ignorant and dumb and stupid all your life, and be
mhm,
mean to people and not support it, or you can choose this path and ask, what's wrong with me? I need to fix myself.
mhm.
I need some help. I need to find out
It,
who I really am and why I keep doing. See, it's your journey and it's two
mhm.
paths, and you have to figure out which path you want to take. I took the path of this. I want to be a better person, and that
Yes.
led me to being more honest with my therapist. Because well, she told me she was gonna put me out, but I started. I wanted once I started doing that inner child work, that's what saved my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. It
Yeah.
wasn't really all about my mom's death like I thought it was. It was all about the trauma and my feelings and emotions that I pushed down.
Yeah.
But once I started doing that inner child work and all of that, I said, well, damn, that's why I keep picking boys because I'm only 17.
Yeah. Listen, Jill. And at least you were 17 when I went to therapy. I was 7.
Wow. See, people don't believe that, but it is so true. You have to go
And
back.
I
If you keep picking the same thing over and over and over and over, thinking you're gonna get a different result or your love gonna change.
it's
Oh,
the truth.
I can fix them, but you never can, and they always break up with you, and you always are heartbroken. It's time to look at yourself and find out what
Mhm.
age are you.
Yep. And that's the thing, and that's the difference between a woman and a man. A woman or a man will say, "What did I do? What did
Right.
I allow? Was I supportive?" And own it. Like, "Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
supportive. I wasn't there. I didn't listen. I wasn't kind. I was just about me." And that's the difference. So, yeah, a man will help lift that heavy load. And I gotta say, I'm grateful for all of the real men out there that are supportive of the women, because we need these good men, these good leaders,
Yeah.
these supporters. We need them. So, Gio, I'm gonna leave you with the final words.
Don't pick no boys. First of all, let me just say this. Look at yourself first. Okay. If you keep getting in the same type of relationship, then you need to ask yourself why. And go you can get a therapist online. You don't even have to leave your house. And these therapists don't cost a lot of money, you know. And if you really want to fix it, go get one and then you'll find out what it is. Okay? Because you are what you pick. You understand what I'm saying? Only when I say that, you pick what you are and what you think, and
Yeah.
when you figure out, I want to be more mature and healthier, like, and then you'll start fighting for your life and you'll start wanting to be the person that you supposed to be. And then
Yes.
and then when them little boys come around and they on their mama titty, you gonna know it right away. because I don't do the
You gonna know
TikTok.
because listen, Jill. You gonna know because you get close to him and you gonna smell the milk.
Thank you.
My mom used to say, "Yeah, no, you gonna smell the milk," and that's when you gotta go. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this has been a
Marlene.
great. Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Jill.
I was just saying, you know, me and Marlene come on here all the time talking about how we made it through and all of our imperfections and how, and we admit that
Hmm.
we used to be certain way and this and that, and now we're not, and that is because we chose to change our lives. And I just hope people choose to be just a better person.
Yeah. Yep, that's why we do this red zone series. Just like Gio said at the beginning, we're not here to attack men, but we're doing awareness so people can make a decision, and also for you, if you're a man, to do an evaluation. Do I do that? Maybe
Yeah,
I need to step up my game. Maybe I need some healing. Maybe I need to forgive. Maybe I got some mama issues.
yeah.
You never know. Yeah. So thank you so much, Gio, and thank you to everybody who came through. This has been a wonderful Red Zone series, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks for another Red Zone series.
Right.
Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye
Oh, and make sure
bye.
you go and check out Geo's part 1 of this same topic. Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.